great performance, lovely win, but not the opponent that you expected.
No, we got changed at 4 days' notice. And fair play to the lad, he'd had form beaten. He was supposed to fight either tonight or next week, so he was already ready. And to be fair, I was fortunate for that, because I don't want to be fighting any journeyman, even if it's last minute. I'm just, not that I'm above that, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm above that. I'm just saying, to get the best out of me, I need somebody that's just going to give me that edge. And although although he's inexperienced, I think, he was unbeaten. He definitely come to win this in me as a scout. I've not boxed since December. And, it was a last minute opponent. I needed to adapt a little bit. He was a different kind of fighter to who we'd...
A tough fighter.
Yeah, as well. I mean, I was supposed to fight Darren Sortees, quite tall, rangy, and I think he'd have been tough as well. Don't get me wrong. I think that'd have been a cracking fight, and I was really looking forward to it. Trained really hard for it, and I was really looking forward to that fight. He's a dangerous opponent. Him, he can punch with the backhand, left hook. He was a dangerous opponent. Unfortunately, he pulled out. I have seen a couple of his tweets, and he said he felt sick for me. And fair play to him. I've had to pull out myself with injuries. And it is devastating, for both the opponent and the person that's got injured.
But on this fight, though, like I was saying before, you were landing some beautiful shots to his head, the uppercuts, the overhand rights. Basically, most of the shots that you were throwing that were landing to a head were looked like should have took him out.
Yeah, definitely.
And
they were landing solid. And a good few times I was landing, and I was like, that has surely rocked him a little bit. And there was instances where I seen him go, and I seen his eyes go a little bit, but he come back with something straight away. And my hat's totally off to him. Fair play. I think that's what boxing's all about. You need them kind of fighters, and you need them kind of fights.
But eventually, it was two beautiful. Was it left hooks to the body?
Yeah, left hooks to the body. Yeah, I mean, I felt it from the first. I just threw a little right hook, and I felt him wince, and I knew the shots were there. So what I tried to do was wear him down to the head, funnily enough. So make him think about the head shots all the time. So that's when I was firing the uppercuts, the right hooks that were landing. I was thinking, I want to throw that left hook, but just not yet. So I was throwing the hooks and the uppercuts and the straights to the head just to catch his attention, so he didn't want to get hit with them. And the second I knew that he was thinking too much about the head shots, I thought, right, now's the time to go down, and that's exactly what I did.
And did it feel good to be back?
Felt great. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the training. I love the fighting. It's great to be on a big show.
So have you found a new home at Jennings?
Definitely. I think in boxing, there's this thing where you blame trainers when you lose, and you do this and you do that, and people are always looking for excuses. I've had no excuses. My training's been fine, and my past trainers, I've got all the respect for in the world. I wouldn't say a bad word about them. But some people just are better with others, and it's as simple as that. And me, Mick, and Dave, I think we're just. I can't thank them enough, and I can't be any more happier. That everything I want.
Did you go to his birthday party, his 40th?
I didn't, unfortunately, because it was last week.
Is it Ian Brown turned up?
I know. To be fair, he did tell me, because I'm a fan. And so if there was anything that was going to take me there, I was going to go there, see Ian Brown and that. But unfortunately, I was making weight, and I was a little bit moody. And I don't think it's... To be honest, like, when I'm coming up to fights, I proper take myself off on my own, and I don't like to be around anyone. What's next? I've no idea. I've got to speak to Neil Marsh, my manager, who again has done a great job getting me on the show. And we'll see what's next. I'm just looking forward to getting back in there.
Alright, well, your stable mate, Zach Parker, not your stable mate, but...
yeah, with Neil, Zach Parker.
Yeah, he's fighting my mate now.
Yeah, Luke Blackledge.
So we're going to go and watch it.
Yeah, definitely be a great fight. Thank you.
A fine performance.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye, mate.
Bye.